Brindley German, Campbell German, Carolyn Amfar lead the way for Martensdale-St. Mary's. They're state-bound. Ladies, you guys are going to the state tournament. Just what's going through your mind right now? How's it feel?
It's awesome. We haven't been there. We had a regional final last year, and we barely didn't make it. So it feels really good to actually get it and make it.
Campbell, what are the thoughts right now on getting to state?
It's great.
Carolyn, ask you the same thing. What are the thoughts on getting to state?
It's crazy. I'm so excited to get there. Last year we were so close, and so I'm just really excited that we made it this year.
Being so close last year, and then you go back to when you guys were in junior high, having a team that made it and watching that, how motivating has those two things been, and really how motivated have you guys been all year?
It's been very motivating. That was our whole goal. All year this year, all year last year, we were working towards that, and it's just been our goal the whole time.
You stepped up big tonight offensively. What were you seeing? What were you doing that created success?
Well, it was a lot of my teammates getting me open for the ball. They were heavily guarding me, so I was getting those opportunities from my teammates, and that was just.
You had a nice run earlier where you hit a couple of threes as a shooter. When all of a sudden you're just in the zone like that, what's that like?
It feels really good. It's hard. It's hard when you're not having a good night. So to have a good night, and just especially with a big important game like this, it's really big and it feels good.
Campbell, speak to your night. What do you feel you did well throughout the night?
Playing defense against those big girls. They were really tall, so it was a little hard.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup for anybody inside the paint. What was the secret tonight? Anything special you were doing?
Baker told us to wall up, so that's what we did. And then we just doubled down to help out.
You had a double-double tonight. Offensively and rebounding, what were you doing well that created success?
Just boxing out and hoping they don't go over the back so I could grab it real quick.
Brindley, I know maybe early on offensively it was not the night you were looking for, but speak to how you were able to get involved elsewhere and some of the other things you felt like you did well tonight.
Well, when I kept turning the ball over when I would drive, I would just kick it out to my open shooters.
What is it that makes this team tick?
Everybody works together, everybody can shoot, everybody's a threat on offense, and everybody plays really scrappy defense.
Looking ahead now, you're not just content, right? What's the expectation? What are you guys hoping to accomplish in Des Moines next week?
Just go out there and play our best and play scrappy and show everyone what Martensdale is about. So,
Campbell, what's the expectation next week?
Just show up as an underdog and win.
Carolyn, same thing. How do you guys try to attack next week?
Just work really hard. A lot of schools aren't used to how scrappy and hard we play, so that's just really an advantage coming out of the first quarter.
All right, Coach. Wow, what a game. What a win for you guys. You're headed to state. Just what are the thoughts right now?
I'm just super excited for the kids. They've worked really, really hard. We battled a lot this winter to try to find our identity. It took us a long time to find our stride. Kind of fought a little bit, tried to make some things happen that maybe we shouldn't have been doing, trying to get the ball inside and stuff like that. And eventually we just kind of went with who we are. We got kids that we've got, I think, even our JV kids, I think we've got kids that have shot 10,000, have had 10,000 makes for the last few summers. I think we had 8 or 9 of them last summer, and we're shooters. We need to shoot the ball. I think you and I talked before the game as a contrast to styles. We like to shoot it, they like to get it inside, and we just kind of interested to see how that was going to go, and we're really happy with the way it turned out.
For you guys, you mentioned you like to shoot it, and fourth quarter those shots were falling. What were you guys doing that led to those looks?
We just knew that it was going to be really hard for them to guard us with the lineup that they had on the court. So we wanted to get the ball to the rack, and maybe not all the way in, get to the help defense and kick it back out to the open shots, create some help defense opportunities for them because they were going to have to help for sure. We were going to get to the basket, kick it out to our shooters, and just keep it going.
The girls talked about last year, and obviously a totally different feeling this year. Compare and contrast those. This has to feel 100 times better.
Oh, yes, for sure. We went at halftime last year we lost a double-digit lead in the second half last year, and we went in at halftime, and everybody was all excited and giddy and everything, and it just kind of felt like we'd kind of already accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. And this year, it's been we gained a lot of maturity through that process, and see the kids be successful and get this big reward after all the hard work that they've put in and all the adversity that they faced, and it's all of our kids, right? Whether it's the kids in practice creating the opportunities. We had a group that did their offense for 3 days in practice. we didn't have any problem with what to expect. We had backup plans for our backup plans, and we had to use it all tonight. So it's an entire team.
Seemed like second half, you guys had a little bit more of an answer to their inside game. Was there any secret to it, or what were you guys doing?
Not really. At first we wanted to start up, well enough, setting on the left shoulder, seeing if we could get some scores. They did a decent job of countering and ducking inside, on the right shoulder a few times. After they started getting that a little bit, we tried to pick somebody to double off of, and then they hit a shot. So then after that, we decided we would double down quick and get back out. We just tried to keep them off balance, to keep them moving things around a little bit, because, basketball's a game of length. When you got two 6'4", 6'3" girls inside, that's a big advantage.
At halftime, I think Sophia and Brinley had like 2 or 4 total points between them. For you guys to, one, still be in the spot you were in, and then 2, to have the contributions like you guys did from other girls throughout the night. What's that say about this team?
Well, we've been having that go on throughout the year. Our goal is to be playing our best basketball right now. It was really rough at the beginning of the year. One person would be having a good night, and then later on somebody else. You're trying to get all 5, 6, 7, 8 kids really contributing on a night. Those 2 you talked about, they're our basketball junkies. They make us go and stuff like that, but they do a really good job. Both of them, Sophie and Brinley, both do a good job of getting it to their teammates and playing very unselfish basketball.
Big nights from Carolyn and Campbell. What can you say about them?
We've got 5 threats on the floor all the time. Everybody's very confident, very comfortable in scoring. I'm very proud of those 2. They've both battled through some stuff this year, had some moments where maybe they weren't as confident, but they kept fighting. They didn't get down. They didn't pack it in. And here we are tonight, big-time reward.
And you'll be there next week as well in Des Moines. What's the expectation? How do you guys try to attack it?
Well, one thing I learned a long, long time ago is this is really hard to do. And we're going to celebrate this tonight. We're going to cherish this tomorrow. And when the time comes, we'll get that figured out.